So I've been listening to Fear of a Black Tangent by Busdriver a lot recently, and I wanted to talk about it because it's a really good album. But first, just some background. Busdriver's an underground rapper that started recording in the mid 90s or so. His music was absolutely out there, so to speak. He continued to be an oddball West Coast underground rapper until one album came out, Temporary Forever. Sporting a very of the time cover with the very brandish, logo looking typography of his name, the whole album is very bland, at least according to bus driver standards. Not to say that it was a bad album, but it seemed very shallow. There are a few exceptions, but mostly it's dull for a bus driver fan. You might actually know one of the songs. I'm just here to hold your hand when you die and to show you around imaginary places. Put the money lumps in my bloody stomach. This song was used in one of the Tony Hawk games and was pretty popular overall. But why am I telling you all this? What does this have to do with Fear of a Black Tangent? Well, it's kind of like Hot Wheels Acceleracers. It's a bit better if you've watched the Highway 35 movie first. So the album starts with one of the best intros and first tracks of a rap album. So my dumb ass can't exactly describe the songs without ruining them because they're real special and they're best just to listen to them on your own. And I have some questions. In this album, Busdriver essentially says, fuck the industry, fuck the other rappers, fuck the ideas of which all black musicians are held to, and fuck 90% of my fans. You can tell that he knows he sold out a bit on Temporary Forever and hates what he saw on The Voyage. Throughout the songs, he essentially breaks every rapper taboo. He has a whole song about huge mainstream rappers living off the life of luxury and not being anywhere near the things they talk about. He doesn't mention names, but it brings to mind Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, and all the other like. Not to mention, he also insults other underground rappers in this same style who live the life of luxury while trying to pretend like they don't know anything about it. Another thing he speaks out on is how writing songs isn't hard like most make it out to be, and calls it self-indulgence. You can also hear him talk about how he doesn't view rapping like some sort of holy art as others do, and isn't ever racist to white people, as is somewhat expected for most black rappers in the underground. My personal favorite of the taboos he partakes in throughout the album is shitting on his more recent fans, most likely those from Temporary Forever, calling them rich kids in many creative and demeaning ways. I love imagining some fucking kid who bought the album new in like 2004, and he's playing the song in his BMW 330i that his parents bought for him, and he's just listening to it, and he's just getting fucking furious. Just listening to Busdriver, the musician he liked, just shitting on him in every single way. The production on this album is fantastic. I believe Busdriver did it all himself, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not really sure about that though, as all I've done to research this video is just kind of think about it. But anyways, after the intro, you're thrusted into the first song, and I think that sample is a Susumu Yokota song off of Sakura, that album, but that's the only sample I could catch because the way in which he uses them are just all over the place in a really good way. Each song will surprise you with its flavor and flow. Speaking about it doesn't do it justice, just go and give it a listen. The only problems I have are in Mac Your Psyche, where he has a few other rappers on. They're alright, but Busdriver songs almost always work better solo. And the only other issue I can really think of is on the upload of the album on YouTube by Dear Archivist Anal Fred Fistcock. It has 3 alternate versions of the songs at the end as a bonus. Those can really be skipped. The mix they use on the actual album is definitely the better versions of the song. I mean, you can still listen to them. It's only an extra 15 minutes, but you really aren't missing much if you just go ahead and skip the last 3. Overall, this album was decades ahead of its time, and if it came out today, it would get tons of hate, as it makes fun of what most modern rap enjoyers hold dear, and lampoons the type of individual that uses Twitter often and has flags in their description, all while he concisely flows words together over a wild instrumental, while All the modern big dogs would try and make a diss track on him by drunkenly slurring words, slightly off tempo to a backing track that sounds like a bunch of loose change in a washing machine, with a couple robotic bass just going every once in a while. All in all, I'd have to highly recommend this album, and if you own a car made before 2006, go ahead and listen to it while driving next to a recently developed neighborhood. It really sets the theme.